The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Now up to bat. Can Anthony Volpe and Jordan Walker, two top prospects for the Yankees and Cardinals, who have now officially broken camp with their teams, can they win the Rookie of the Year, Brandon?
Absolutely. I don't see why not, especially when you're breaking camp. You know that you're going to get a full season in, barring some very unfortunate circumstances. Anthony Volpe seems like the real deal. So a Baseball Reference has this thing for the spring training stats, and it's called opponent quality. And look, unfortunately, Anthony Volpe, it's essentially like he was facing Double-A pitching across all of his at-bats that he had in spring training, but he was hitting these pitchers like it was a Double-A quality.
A major leaguer hitting a double leaguer.
Yes. A 1 OPS, 300, 400, 600 slash line. And, props to the Yankees for finally doing this. And I think a big part of why they want Anthony Volpe to break camp is these new rules set by the CBA. And I guess you could say the same for the Cardinals, where, yes, sure, the extra year of control might be nice, to keep these guys down for the first 2 or 3 weeks or until May, whatever the actual date is this year. But now, if you finish top 3 in the Rookie of the Year voting or win the Rookie of the Year, you get that draft pick compensation, which seems really important to teams. Imagine having an extra first-round pick just because you chose to bring up a guy like Anthony Volpe or Jordan Walker.
Just because you did it right the first time.
Right. And we've seen other teams like the Braves last year. They brought Vaughn or Grissom straight up from Double-A to the bigs. And now he's not even breaking camp with the team, I don't think. I think he's going back down to Triple-A. I absolutely love it. The Yankees really don't have a better option at shortstop than Anthony Volpe. And yeah, excited. He'll be hitting 9th on opening day, and believe he's the first player to debut for in the MLB on opening day for the Yankees since Hideki Matsui did. And of course, that was he was much older. So really the first time the Yankees are playing a true rookie on opening day in quite a while.
Absolutely. Judging right up to the Rookie of the Year conversation, I absolutely love Jordan Walker. First off, great player. But I love him in terms of, if you're trying to place a bet here, this is a relatively weak, especially compared to the American League. The National League does not have the same star power. It may have some pedigree, but it doesn't have the guys that you necessarily feel confident in turning out good performances here. Looking at the odds here, you're talking Jordan Walker, if I'm correct, yes, second in odds here at plus 390. Corbin Carroll ahead of him with plus 350. Past that, we're talking about Miguel Vargas, Kodai Senga, Ezequiel Tovar, Francisco Alvarez, Ellie De La Cruz. This isn't Brett Beatty also up in that top 10 odds situation here too. This feels like a very weak class. Maybe somebody impresses, maybe somebody overperforms what we're anticipating here, but it feels like a very weak class from the National League side. I would trend way more on the Jordan Walker side than I would the Anthony Volpe side for a variety of reasons, not just the bet because of the guys around him, guys like Gunnar Henderson, guys like Grayson Rodriguez, who we'll talk about in a little bit, eventually coming up, a guy like Masataka Yoshida, who I feel like should be the easy odds-on favorite to win Rookie of the Year at this point. I don't quite understand why he isn't, but I'll take it. There's also the issue of, you come up now, they can still send him down if they're struggling. I don't necessarily think the Yankees are going to be the team to stick with a guy while they're trying to contend if he's having trouble with the adjustment. But also, this is a team that likes to move guys around and likes to rotate the team a lot. I have a feeling if everybody stays healthy, he's probably going to have the least amount of games among the top position players put in there, especially when you still have a Peraza there, you still have an Isaiah Kiner-Falefa there, these guys that they want to get into games.
Yeah,
Those
I do
thoughts?
agree with that. However, there is kind of a glaring problem with Jordan Walker, and that's that he's a third baseman, and the Cardinals have like, you know, some might say the best or second best third baseman in the league. So
Honestly,
they're kind of
it's
just
hot
like,
to call him the second best third baseman, Brandon. Who are you hearing this
sorry.
from? Who are you hearing this from?
Well, Jose Ramirez is one.
We're not having this argument right now. We're
Yeah,
already
not right now.
against.
But look,
Go
Jordan
ahead.
Walker is a third baseman, and unfortunately, Nolan Arenado is in his way. And they're just kind of gonna stick him out in right field and just hope that he can figure it out.
Well, you know what
This
they
is a
say: it's
guy
better than
with
being out in left field.
yeah, this is a guy with 80 grade potential power for both game power and raw power, and that's on the 20/80 scale. Quite ridiculous. His fielding, however, his third base fielding was only a 50 potential grade on the 20/80 scale, and that's at third base. So, I
Which
think we
isn't
could have
terrible, and you never know what you're going to see out of this guy in right field. This
no.
could be a situation where it could be an improvement.
And, who knows? He's such a good hitter that he could hit 20 home runs or so, and what he does in the field just does not matter whatsoever. But so excited. I mean, this kid's only 20, Volpe's only 21. To finally see these teams willing to break camp with these top prospects, and I think a lot of that has to do with that draft pick compensation that they could potentially get.